Now at 5, family and friends gathered to honor Joplin officer Jake Reed, who was killed in last week's shooting. Plus, we'll hear from law enforcement from across the region who came to Joplin to pay their respects.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Your outstanding bravery, courage, dedication, and sacrifice will never be forgotten. I know that no matter what, you will always be with me, each and every day, till my eyes close to darkness and reopen for morning light. Jake, you are my hero.
The brother of a fallen Joplin police officer pays tribute to a hero. For the second time this week, first responders gathered to join our community in mourning a loss and honoring a life. 4 states today honors Officer Jake Reed. Reed was killed last week in the same shootout that also took the life of fellow officer Corporal Ben Cooper. And once again, Missouri Southern's Leggett and Platt Center was filled with hundreds of mourners. Speakers recounted his life of service and sacrifice, noting that as an organ donor, Reed continues to save lives. And they said they'll remember him for his humor and love of life.
But Jake was a friend that was caring, goofy, funny, and ultimately showed that he cared. I will truly miss him deeply, and I'll miss talking about how country he had become because he bought 3 acres with the house. I really hope he doesn't ask God to tailor his wings like he did his pants.
Don't stop doing the things you love. Don't stop golfing, watching football, watching baseball, or video gaming. Jake wouldn't want that. Instead, do these things with a purpose. And think of Jake while you're doing these things. And think about all the good times we shared with him. This is not a goodbye, but yet a see you later, my friend.
You can see the entire funeral service for Officer Jake Reed through the KOAM News Now YouTube page or by clicking on this story on KOAMnewsnow.com. Police departments from all over the region came to the service to show their support to the Joplin Police Department, our community, and to Reed's family. We spoke with 2 officers who traveled from out of town to attend this service. They say law enforcement is a family, and a loss like this feels personal.
I think all of our hearts hurt for them and for the family and the friends of this fallen officer. So that's why we come, just to show our support.
Just that I'm sure, our hearts are out with them right now when they're time of need, and, we'll just be there to support them any way we can.
Other departments were at the funeral today to assist with the traffic so Joplin officers could attend the service. A procession of patrol cars and other first responder vehicles accompanied the hearse as it left Missouri Southern. That procession moved across town and down Main Street. Members of the community lined the streets in tribute. We spoke with one man who came to show support for the JPD and to teach his sons a valuable lesson.
Yeah, they see not only the sacrifice that our law enforcement makes and the danger they face, but also the willingness to protect our community and how we can show support to them as well.
We're going to have much more on the procession as well as Officer Jake Reed's funeral tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14 and on a late edition of KOAM News at 10. Right now, let's check in with Doug Hetty for a first look at the weather.
Well, it has been a gloomy Friday for us today. Rounds of showers and thunderstorms for us last night. And then we just kind of had the clouds and the on and off showers and drizzle throughout the daytime hours for us today. In fact, picking up a little bit, light showers picking up on the Kansas side, and this will actually continue to increase as we go through the next few hours. So we are going to have the light showers. We are going to have the drizzle sticking around as we go through about the next 6 or 7 hours, and then we'll start to clear out later on tonight. Upper 30s, lower 40s, so it's cold, it's raw across the region. You can see the bands of light showers rotating through, and then after midnight, we'll start to clear out just a bit. It is going to be kind of a cold night as temperatures drop back into the 30s, but we'll hold steady lower 40s over the next several hours and then near freezing later on tonight. We are looking up by the weekend. We'll check that out here in a bit.
See you then. An eastern Missouri community is also mourning the loss of a law officer who has ties to the 4 states. Bonne Terre, Missouri patrolman Lane Burns, who was born and raised in Carthage, was shot and killed in the line of duty in Bonne Terre. His fiancee heard about the shooting over a dispatch app. Reporter Pepper Baker has more.
I just want to give him a hug, and I just want somebody to tell me that he's okay, but he's not.
Bonne Terre police officer Lane Burns' fiancee Shannon Chastain heard the call from the dispatch app on her phone that led to her future husband's death.
I texted him, "Be safe." He read the message, and about 3 or 4 minutes later, I heard the 3rd officer yelling for help on the radio that he needed backup because 2 officers had been shot.
She found out later at the hospital that one of those shots took Burns' life.
He loved what he did. He loved the department that he worked for most of all. And from what I've been told from the hospital and from the other officers, he went down with a fight.
It is a shock to everyone at this point because he was such a great person to be around.
Former Leadington Mayor Dustin Wynick met Burns back in 2014 when Burns was just starting his law enforcement career on the Leadington force.
It makes this such a tragedy for everybody because you're not losing one officer for one department, you're losing one officer for 3 or 4 departments.
With Bonne Terre officers and the neighboring departments working together, Burns' loss is felt throughout the entire community.
He loved Bonne Terre. He loved it. He loved the officers that he worked with. He loved his chief. He told me that if he were to ever get out of law enforcement, he would never work anywhere other than Bonne Terre.
It's heartbreaking to know that, he went into this just thinking he's going in to check on a disturbance to see what's going on, and he loses his life over it because of nonsense.
Another Bonne Terre officer, Corporal Garrett Worley, was shot in the leg. At last report, Corporal Worley was still in the ICU. Still ahead, how a bill in Kansas would change vaccination requirements for kids going to school. Plus, mortgage rates hit a level not seen since before the pandemic. Topping today's Health Watch, Republican lawmakers in Kansas revived a proposal to lessen Kansas vaccination requirements for children enrolling in school and daycare. The Senate Health Committee approved a bill that would allow parents to get a no questions asked religious exemption from requirements to vaccinate their children against more than a dozen diseases, including measles, whooping cough, polio, and chickenpox. Backers say the measure protects religious freedom and patient choice. Critics say it harms public health. A new study suggests excessive napping could be a sign of early dementia. Researchers looked at data gathered over 14 years by the Rush Memory and Aging Project. Followed more than 1,400 people between the ages of 74 and 88 and studied their napping habits and cognitive decline. The adults who napped at least once a day or more than an hour a day, they were 40% more likely to develop Alzheimer's than those who did not nap daily or who napped less than an hour a day. The number of tobacco users in the U.S. dropped slightly in 2020 compared to the year before. According to a study from the CDC, just under 20% of adults, about 47 million people, admit to using cigarettes, cigars, or pipes. 2019 study reported just under 21%. The most common tobacco product is the cigarette, as you might guess. The findings also show that men are almost twice as likely to light up compared to women. Moving now to Consumer Watch, mortgage rates have risen above 4% for the first time since May of 2019. Housing finance agency Freddie Mac reports the 30-year fixed rate mortgage averaged 4.16% in the week ending today. That's up from 3.85% the week before. Rates climbed as the Federal Reserve moved to curb soaring inflation, announcing yesterday it would raise interest rates for the first time since 2018. Some airline pilots are suing the CDC over the federal mask mandate. Pilots from JetBlue, American, and Southwest Airlines are accusing the government of issuing the order without seeking feedback, calling it illegal and unconstitutional. While mask mandates have been lifted across the country, they do still apply in transportation. The group of pilots is asking a court to vacate the order. Working for the weekend, not on the weekend. A study by Cornell University shows that working or studying during non-traditional hours can hurt your motivation. Researchers found that people who were reminded they were working on a holiday found their work less enjoyable than those who didn't know. Another experiment showed that people working on a regular old Tuesday were fine with that versus those who were reminded they were working on a Saturday. And that is a look at today's health and consumer news. A little bit later, 5 Pitt State Gorillas are working out in front of NFL teams in the hopes of going pro.
Plus, it looks like the showers and drizzle stick around over the next few hours, but what about the weekend? We'll look at that coming up. Well, it's definitely been a cold, kind of raw, nasty day outside for us today. Temperatures chilly across the region as we've been dropping back through the 40s into the upper 30s in a lot of areas, and that's where we sit right now. Yesterday, we were near 80 for an afternoon high, and then we get this. Here's the good news. 1, it's Friday, and 2, the weekend is shaping up pretty good weather-wise. 39 Nevada, 39 Lamar, 42 Yates Center, 46 in Nowata. We have Miami at 41, 39 in Anderson with these northerly winds kicking in behind the cold front that worked through earlier today. So we have these northwesterly winds at about 10 to 15. It's wet out there, so if you are going to be out, be careful on the roadways. Currently outside in Joplin, sitting at 41 west, northwesterly winds at about 10 to 20. Humidity, of course, is up there at nearly 90%. As we go through the evening hours, we hold steady lower 40s. But once the clouds start to break later on tonight, we'll drop back into the mid-30s for overnight lows. All right, we had round after round of showers, thunderstorms for us last night. We had a few stronger storms. Nothing too strong or severe, but a pretty good line actually drove through southwestern Missouri. Now we're on the backside. You can even see a little bit of snow up to our north and to our west. And all this is rotating through. This is drizzle and light showers. This is what we are going to see as we go through the evening hours. You can see a band of showers from Joplin, Carthage, up toward Pittsburgh, and then again on the Kansas side, Yates Center, Iola, Chanute, Fredonia, Parsons, and Independence. These light showers will continue to rotate through as we're on the back side of this system, but if you look out toward the west, there's not much going on. That means we look pretty good over the next couple days. All right, let's go through time. Most of the showers and drizzle out of here after midnight. The clouds will start to break up. We'll drop back mid-30s by the morning hours, but we're going to have plenty of sunshine on Saturday. Saturday looks pretty good. We start to warm things back up. We start at 35, but 59 by noon. High temp 65. Westerly winds at about 5 to 10. Tomorrow night, we stick with the clear skies, chilly. We drop back into lower 40s, and then Sunday looks great as well. Mostly sunny skies. Look at this. We go mid-70s for high, so we really warm up as we go through the next couple days. Clouds increase Sunday night, and then into the daytime hours on Monday, our next storm system rolls in. So we start the work week, showers, thunderstorms again. Not expecting anything severe, but we could get some stronger storms, especially on Tuesday as this area of low pressure slowly heads toward us. So we could get some pretty good thunderstorms with it, and then we get on the backside and light showers. But we're going to have rain chances Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. 65 tomorrow, 73 Sunday, 60 Monday, 70 on Tuesday, cooling down a bit late next week with that next storm system. But at least the weekend looks fantastic with plenty of sunshine.
Not a bad start to spring, and of course with spring come thunderstorms, so that's not unexpected for next week.
That is correct.
Thanks, Doug. Hey, don't forget you can be the first to know about the day's weather with the KOAM Skywatch weather app, especially important as we go into spring. Get severe weather updates sent straight to your phone, free of charge. Again, that's the KOAM Skywatch weather app. Coming up, more postseason honors for Missouri Southern freshman Lacey Stokes. First, though, we honor a local veteran. Buford Peck served in the U.S. Army in 1952 and 53. The Iola, Kansas native was stationed in Korea. And we salute Staff Sergeant Buford Peck, a four-state hero.
Today is a big day for a few outgoing Pittsburgh State football players. Those guys get the chance to work out for NFL scouts today at Pittsburgh State's Pro Day. Now, 5 Gorillas were in action this morning at PSU. All-American defensive back Dallas Flowers, safety Markel Roby, this guy linebacker / defensive end Caden Roy, wide receiver Jalen Martin, and running back Tyler Adkins. The NFL scouts ran them through drills and individual workouts this morning, with the players hoping to show that they deserve a chance to play at the next level.
I'm very happy with how today went. You know, I was a little nervous coming in, you know, just it being what it is. But again, I was confident in the work that I put in, so I knew I was going to come out and have a good day. And like I said, I just had to come out here and prove it, and I think I did that.
Coming from a Division II school, I don't really look at it like a small school or whatever, but I'm a football player, I'm a pro. So I just came here to show them that I'm capable of playing in the league and being efficient, looking good in my defensive back drills, stuff like that. So really I just came here to put on for the small school guys and myself, to give them this opportunity. So I just wanted to excel on it. I feel like I had a pretty good day.
You can check out our full interviews with all 5 Pittsburgh State players who participated in Pro Day today in this story on the sports page at KOAMNewsNow.com. The Missouri Southern Lions have won 8 of their last 10 games. The Lions are currently 15-9 overall, including 6-4 in the MIAA. Now, a big part of the team's success so far has been the long ball. Southern leads the MIAA in home runs, hitting 47 in their first 24 games. Now, they have 5 guys in the top 20 in the conference in home runs, with Tommy Stevenson leading the way. The sophomore catcher has 12 home runs already after hitting 13 all of last season.
I've just had more confidence than I've ever had. I definitely feel like my approach is more aggressive this year than it was last year, and I'm seeing the ball a lot better this year.
We got some guys that got some juice, like like Tommy or Matt Miller, or several guys, and so yeah, we try to play that way, but at the same time we try to limit our strikeouts and try to be good at the small ball part too.
Missouri Southern's Lacey Stokes continues to rack up postseason awards today. The freshman guard was named an All-American today by the Division II Conference Commissioners Association. Stokes has previously been named the MIAA Player of the Year, the MIAA Freshman of the Year, and First Team All-Central Region. This season, she averaged 19 points and 5 rebounds per game. Mount Vernon product also led the MIAA in both assists and steals. She's the 9th All-American in Missouri Southern women's basketball history and the first since 1996. And that's a look at sports. We're back with more news after this.
Up next on the CBS Evening News, a look at how some little changes behind the wheel can go a long way towards saving you some money when it comes to fueling up. Then, like yesterday, CBS coverage of the NCAA basketball tournament begins tonight at 6, meaning we will not have a 6 p.m. news. And our late news will once again be later than usual, possibly around 11 tonight. You can also catch KOAM News at 9 on our sister station, Fox 14. Kind of wet out there, Doug Heddy.
It is. We're going to have the drizzle and showers sticking around over the next few hours, and then we'll start to clear out later on tonight. 65 tomorrow, 73 on Sunday, so it actually looks pretty good as we head into the weekend.
Yeah, next few days for sure. Final sports note.
I'm just about finished cutting up the interviews for all 5 Pittsburgh State players that participated in Pro Day today. You can check that out on our website in just a few minutes. I really do think all 5 guys helped themselves today.
It'd be great to see all of them in the NFL.
For sure.
We're going to leave you with images of the now 23 first responders who have died in the line of duty in Joplin dating back to the 1800s. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tonight.